Voyage to Siam, Episode 9, Ritual, Reproach, and Retreat. Earl arrived in Bangkok during the cremation of a recently deceased royal. The ceremony of burning the body of the late king, whose decease had taken place about 6 months before, was to be performed on the day of my arrival, and some of the American officers and Mr. Hunter attended. Being much fatigued, and hearing that the principal ceremony would be postponed until the evening, I decided on remaining at the factory to enjoy a longer repose, and learning subsequently that the gentlemen who composed the party were dreadfully incommoded by the crowd and the heat of the weather, I did not regret having stayed away. In the evening, several large canoes arrived, sent by the Phra clan to convey us to the royal part of the town, which contains the tombs, a display of fireworks and other exhibitions being about to take place. We ascended the river for rather more than a mile and put in towards the chief landing place. However, a number of the royal attendants who were stationed at the spot informed us that no one could land until after the arrival of one of the princes who was momentarily expected. Mr. Roberts, the American envoy, appeared much annoyed at the insult and was inclined to return, but Mr. Hunter, who ranked high as a Siamese nobleman and had not been accustomed to such conduct from the natives, dashed in with his boat and ordered the attendants to fall back, which they readily did. We now advanced along a broad, straight walk, bounded on each side by lines of tombs and pagodas, from which arose a strong effluvia of decomposing animal substances. And after passing several avenues of the same description running at right angles, the increasing crowd gave notice of our approach to the spot at which the exhibitions were to take place. Several large, temporary wooden buildings had been erected upon posts, each tenanted by parties of men, who were employed in striking the floor simultaneously with the ends of poles, uttering at the same time loud shouts, a ceremony, of course, which we did not understand. A pedestrian excursion into the town being totally impracticable on account of the depth of the mud in the streets, I amused myself in the afternoon with a cruise upon the river, taking the precaution of procuring shelter from the intense rays of the sun by means of a large Chinese umbrella. At 4 o'clock we sat down to an excellent dinner. We were indebted for a part of the luxuries which it displayed to the indefatigable Hattie, who, to his other qualifications, added that of being a first-rate cook. He had concocted some well-flavoured curries, and I suspect that his morning voyage in the cockleshell had been undertaken to procure the necessary ingredients. Mr. Roberts, having received an intimation from the Phra clan to attend with his friends, naturally expected that proper places would be provided for the party. But when we approached the upper end of the avenue, no emissary of the Phra clan made his appearance. While the conduct of the crowd being very insulting, Mr. Roberts determined to retire. We accordingly commenced our retreat to the boat, accompanied by the contemptuous sneers of the mob. Mr. Morrison seemed inclined to think that we owed our unhandsome reception to the party having been accompanied by several native Christian interpreters, who are justly despised by the Siamese on account of their dissolute habits. But in all probability it was an intentional insult on the part of the Phra clan. We found the boats at the landing place and returned to the factory, venting our indignation on the way by the utterance of cutting strictures on the cavalier treatment which the Siamese had thought fit to bestow upon their visitors.